such sights to show you.
Slasher films of the 1980s didn't really work as horror fiction, but they worked pretty well as slapstick comedies. And the reason for that is, you know, the characters are never allowed to be anything except one-dimensional types. You've got a gang of teenagers, you've got the jock, you've got the stoner, you've got the slut, you've got the virgin. You never care about them, you never fall in love with them. And so when the serial killer starts knocking them off one by one, you laugh instead of recoil in horror because he's actually more of a personality than they are.
This is rare in a lot of horror films, actually like a likable lead. You know, in Friday the 13th, you want most of those actors to die.
You know, after the first movies and the subsequent sequels became, who are these, you know, awful kids that we sort of hate and we can't wait for Jason to take them out?
Two of the problems that I find with the slasher film is that pretty much it's just formulaic, and second of all, it's just about kill count. Not story, not character, you know, all those things that are relevant to a film.
With the success of Friday the 13th and the success of Halloween, producers were ravenous to find material and knowing that, oh, well, this is the formula.
One of the byproducts of success of Friday the 13th and a few other movies was that people on the outside looking in saying, oh, they killed 10 people and they made a lot of money. We'll kill 20 people and we'll make a lot more than that.
The slasher film as we know it was truly born with the most successful horror franchise of all time. Friday the 13th. By the early 80s, slasher movies glutted the market. Audiences loved them.
You sure about that, Chief? Ah, special edition. The Friday the 13th films could never string together two back-to-back box office wins, and inevitably sunk like a drowned victim in a lake. In fact, with the exception of two movies, the franchise went on a 7-film decline, with each film making less than the last, and, for the mainline movies, never made as much as the first film. How's that for momentum? Strange that no one ever mentions that,
I gotta tell you something. The worst horror movie I ever saw was great.
Yeah,
Okay?
it's true.
That's the way.
By the time you get to Halloween 4 or Friday the 13th, number 9, you're saying to yourself, well, what we're going to do is we're going to see 5 or 6 really good-looking girls and 5 or 6 really good-looking guys. They're going to get naked, and then they're going to get shot in the head with a bow and arrow. And there's something about that that makes me morally queasy, where you say to yourself, we're not watching this movie anymore to see the monster destroyed. We're watching to see the monster destroyed.
Was it worth it? Run. Run and tell those you will what you will. Tell them there is something loose, but tell them quickly, while you still have a soul.